I made a video not too long ago about how I hadn't been to Six Flags Magic Mountain in nearly 10 months. Well, that changed last weekend when I finally made the trip back. I was excited to revisit the park that's been a huge part of my roller coaster journey over the years. Did it live up to the expectations? Well, not entirely. It wasn't all bad though, and I came away with mixed feelings, both good and bad, to talk about. If I had to rate the experience, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. There's so much potential at Magic Mountain, but there are areas where they need to step up. Let's break it down. First off, let's start with the positives, because there were definitely some great moments. One major improvement I noticed right away was the parking lot. They've installed solar panel canopies, which not only provide much needed shade on those scorching Santa Clarita days, but also give the park a more modern and updated feel. It's these little changes that make a difference in the overall experience, and I'm really glad to see that the park is heading in a forward-thinking direction. Now on to the coasters. Wonder Woman is hands down one of the best coasters Magic Mountain has to offer. From the day it was announced, I knew it would be a hit, and it absolutely delivered. The airtime on this thing is unreal, and the pacing is perfect. It's easily in my top 5 rides at the park, no question. Another highlight of the day was Apocalypse. This wooden coaster doesn't get enough love for how intense and fun it is. The first 30 seconds are just pure chaos in the best way possible. I honestly think it's a top 3 ride in the park for me. I'd even argue it holds up against Ghost Rider and Knott's Berry Farm, though I know that might be controversial. I also snagged a quick night ride on Batman, which was solid. There's something about the atmosphere of a coaster in the dark that makes it feel special, even if it's not the most incredible ride. Overall, the coasters that I did get to ride left me happy, but unfortunately there were some setbacks that kept the day from being truly outstanding. Let's talk about Full Throttle. I remember this ride being a favorite of mine in the past, but this time around it didn't quite hit the mark. The launch felt underpowered, and the ride seemed shorter than ever. Maybe it just needed a bit more time to warm up, but it left me feeling underwhelmed. Then there was Twisted Colossus. Normally, this thing is an absolute standout, one of the best RMCs out there, but it broke down twice during my visit. The first time, we waited an hour in line, only to leave when it stopped working. The second time, we decided to stick it out and waited over 2 hours for a night ride. The ride itself was absolutely incredible, as always, but the repeated breakdowns were frustrating and definitely took away from the overall experience. One thing that I couldn't help but think about was how much potential Magic Mountain has to be the best park in the country. They've got an incredible lineup of coasters, and with some fine-tuning to operations and maintenance, they could easily rival Cedar Point. CEO Salim Basul has done some good things like the solar panel upgrade, but I'd love to see more investment in the guest experience, especially with Cedar Point gearing up for their new Vekoma coaster. Magic Mountain has always been about staying competitive, and now's the time to prove that they can be a leader in the US theme park industry. Looking back, I realized my day wasn't as bad as I initially thought. Riding it out was kind of therapeutic. Sure, the breakdowns were a bummer, and waiting in lines is no fun, especially with no payoff. But the rides that were running gave me that classic thrill that I've always loved about Magic Mountain. I'm optimistic about the park's future, and I can't wait to see what they roll out next. Let me know what you think in the comments. What are your favorite and least favorite coasters at Magic Mountain? Do you think they're on the right track right now? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more coaster talk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.